second quarter. Then they made, I think, a couple of three-point shots, and we couldn't buy a basket. All we gotta do is just make some baskets and make some stops. It'll be a game again.
Thank you very much, Coach. Good luck in the second half, and happy birthday again. Now let's turn it over to Cheska Litton, who is standing by with Coach Shot Tankinsen.
Thank you, Magu. Coach Shot, you guys are up by 10 coming into the second half, but once again with Gabe Freeman in foul trouble.
Yeah, well, we just basically bring our defense. That's what got us this lead, you know, whether he's in foul trouble or he's not in foul trouble, we still have to play as aggressive on both ends of the court.
All right, thank you so much, Coach. All right, back to you, Andy and Seth.
Thank you very much, Cheska. Thank you very much, Magu. And a bit of the pressure looking ahead is definitely there. That's part of the game.
Yeah, you like her hairdo, pare.
She lights up the screen.
Yeah, I like her hairdo.
She lights up the screen.
Anyway,
and she lights up Araneta Coliseum.
Going back to basketball, a lot of pressure here, obviously, on both parts. Always hard to close out another team, you know, at this stage. There's a big rivalry here. You can say they're sister teams, but there's always a big rivalry. Ginebra looking to be the winningest team in this decade. If they can pull this one off, they would have won 4. And they would be the winningest team in this decade. And obviously, it's not an easy task to do. San Miguel has been highly touted, seeded number 1. All the adjustments they've made in their lineup. Chris Chu sitting here. Chris, bata ko ito.
And Ambassador Kenny.
I really like her. I mean, she's just a terrific...
I once said in one sports event, can we have her as ambassador for a long, long time? I mean, you know.
Yeah, and obviously...
I will write President Obama as if I had the power to do so.
Why not? He listens to people.
Okay. Yeah, right. And he's high-tech as well.
Kanina, he was in the All-Star game in the Chicago White Sox. Of course, he's from Chicago. You know, so, and he threw the first pitch there. So,
and he plays basketball.
Yeah. Okay. Isa kang marunong na yung baseball. Umabot yung kay Albert Pujols doon sa mid.
Before he married the first lady said, you know, before they became boyfriend girlfriend, can you test him out to your brother on the basketball court first? Magkakaalaman daw na ugali sa basketball court. Well, here we go. Second half of game number 6. Dr. J, in our long experience, do you think the first couple of minutes are telling in the third quarter as this escape?
Yeah, definitely. Alam mo, hindi naman ganun kalaki ang lamang nun, 10 yun. In the PBA basketball's experience with a 24-second shot clock, that's not really a big margin to come back from. That's a good move there and a nice offensive rebound there by Gabe Freeman, who's looking for a foul downstairs from David Noel. I think he had the right to because David was obviously trying to tap the ball away from his hands. But good position there by Gabe Freeman.
Good point by Shot Tankinsen in that interview with Cheska Litton.
Air ball.
Fouls or not, we play on. In the meantime, here's that air ball being bounced upon. Here comes Rio. Twist the roll!
A 4-2 run here by the San Miguel Beer to take a 12-point lead. A little over a minute gone by dito sa ating third quarter.
And it's also 12 points by Freeman so far. In the meantime, we go to the corner. Salvacion. David Noel posting up. Mark Fingerstein to stay in step. And here's the curl. Salvacion unloads.
Yan ang mabigat. When this guy hits, it could be a big problem there for San Miguel because that's the second 3-point shot there for Sunday Salvacion.
It's 48-39. Pinisi had already sealed Salvacion, and Salvacion peeved that he was called for a foul. Well, he was out-positioned, actually, and there's a mismatch there.
Well, you can see the big discrepancy in height. That's the reason why nangyayari yun, that they want to post up Nick at the low versus Sunday Salvacion.
I'd like to remind you that Gatorade is our official sports drink here in the PBA. Is it in you? That's an awkward, not the right foot, I guess.
There's going to be another foul there on Sunday Salvacion.
There's more foul on the 18 Sunday Salvacion. There's third foul, 2 on the team.
And that'll be 2 on the team, 3rd on Salvacion.
Well, they have to live with that mismatch if they're going to play with 3 small here.
Oh, good escape.
You like that play designed by San Miguel coming out of that foul given up by Ginebra.
First pair of points by Hontiveros here in the second half at 9 at the end of the first half. All from three-point country. That shot does not work. Rebound blocked by Briggs. Oh, almost a wasted effort there. And Villanueva will set this up. Navigating the horizon. Looking inside. Shot clock coming down to 12. 9:30 remaining. Dondon launches. Bounces high up and out. Reavers uncontested, that is. Hildebrand.
He's beginning to be a little bit more offensive-minded. He has 4 points here in the third quarter. Cut down this lead of San Miguel to 9 right now.
Total of 6 by Hildebrand. Only 2 points in the first half. 16 minutes of play for JJ. Short range attempt. And both sides trading baskets. And I think it's John Chico requesting for this full timeout. San Miguel Beer just 2 points short of its biggest lead of 13.
Obviously, that timeout of John Chico was to remind his players, we're not going to get back in the game if we're going to give them layups. We got to defend to get ourselves back in this game.
Again, too easy all of a sudden to penetrate the inside. And Tubid has got to get his game going for the Barangay to get their own game going. His first 2 points. Hold it, says the official. Although that went in.
Foul given up by Tubid on the penetrating Jonas Villanueva.
And the third on Tubid. How many team fouls is that? 4?
Yeah, they're getting themselves into the same boat that they got. You know, they're not getting the calls as far as the fouls are concerned, so they have to make the adjustments.
Overcooked on that particular try, but Freeman keeps it in play. A fresh shot clock for them. Villanueva looking inside. Pinisi sliding inside. Villanueva scoops it up. It will drop in.
Good pick provided there by Mick Pinisi. It was like a release ng train na binigay niya para kay Jonas Villanueva.
I'm wide open. I'm opening it up for you. That's been the mark of the game of Pinisi. He likes giving that pick.
Yeah, Pinisi is a nice role player. He can also be a good offensive player, but he's a nice role player, really. Finally, a foul. The first foul called against San Miguel here in this quarter. It's going to be on Mark Pingris.
Third on Pingris. So correct about that first team foul. And don't forget that Currency is the official vitamins of the PBA, proud sponsor of the final series of the 2009 Motor Light PBA FIESTA Conference.
Must be doing good business. Tried to buy the other day, wala. Kickball violation, and the shot clock will be reset to 14 seconds for the Ginebra San Miguel Kings.
Hey, watch out! Hey!
You think Noel is conserving energy for a final push as he unloads this one out? I always speak to him.
Alam mo, ganyan talaga si Noel eh. He knows when to come in and help scoring. And then he has spurts where he does just a lot of scoring.
Begins to read the game, then suddenly decides he'll take over it like he did in number 5, and that will not work for Hontiveros. However, San Miguel retaining possession. Villanueva darting in and out, decides to go to Freeman in the corner. The shot works!
And that's a three-point shot, and he's so happy about that because that really makes him a big threat when he can shoot a three-point shot and make it. I haven't seen him make a three-point shot in a long time, or if he has at all.
Yes. 15 points by Freeman after only 8 in the first half. Ball taken away. He is gone away.
You can see the hustle of San Miguel on defense. John calling another timeout.
Hoping to use a third. Now he's going to make it a full. He made it a full. He originally signaled a 30. He decided, I want to talk to my team longer. The Beermen have re-established their biggest lead of 13 and clearly in control of this third quarter.
And coming off another timeout, which they had to burn here in the third quarter. Ginebra makes a turnover on a pass. So nothing really working for them. They are the ones that are feeling the pressure right now.
Bit of the pinch. That Freeman goes up and Noel bats it away. It is counter tap by Freeman. Freeman already with 17 points.
Well, he had 5 in a row there just to when Ginebra came to within 8 points. So obviously, he's come here, to play and play hard.
Time down to 6 and 15.
But we're only in the third quarter.
Yes. And now Ginebra looking. Oh, bad pick by Mike. He stooped down. Curl had not been completed, actually.
That's his
Third foul on Menk.
Really surprising that Ginebra is not playing like an experienced team at this stage, making all those turnovers at this very important part of the ball game.
It's their execution that seems to be spotty at this juncture. As Freeman curls, doesn't get it. It will go to the other side as Magoo will join us.
Dr. J, that's exactly what Coach Jung Wichiko was reminding the boys during the last time out. He wants everybody to stay disciplined, run their offense, be patient, and on the other end, just run back down on defense, get some stops without fouling. On another note, David Noel was really upset with that last play before that last time out because nobody sprinted down. He wants everybody to start showing more emotion. Let's see if it rubs off.
And that seems to be the missing ingredient, which was very present in game number 5 in the Ginebra game, as Helterbrand is being tied up by Ontiveros. Tubit tries to get them going, but that will not work. Here comes Freeman sprinting away. Ontiveros attacking the right flank. Downstairs we go. Freeman, hello!
Ginebra may have to burn all of its timeouts before the end of this third quarter, or this game just going to go away from them.
To find a solution, an antidote to what is happening to them. 19 points by Freeman.
Like I said, if their offense coming from their guards give them nothing, they're really an easy team to beat. But if those guys get clicking, then they're going to be a hard team to beat.
Menk tries to power his way through and succeeds. Menk already with 6 points. First basket in the second half. Downstairs, Freeman goes up with nothing. Noel batting it away. It's a 3-on-2 bust out. Sidestepping goes Tubit, and maybe that'll first them out.
And, Mick Vinicius knew he had made a mistake. That guy made a sidestep on him, and he reached in. Why give him a possible 3-point play? And Freeman was mad at Mick. But Mick's telling him that was just my instinct to try to stop him.
There it was, Dr. J.
Yeah, see, why do you reach in? Why do you still reach in? He's past you already. There's where the foul occurred.
Body language can be so telling, Dr. J.
And he knew he made a mistake.
Nung bumaba yung ulo
Lumusot na sa kanya humabol pa siya. Doon siya natawagan ng foul. Binigyan niya ng possible 3-point play si Tubit.
I think it sounds better than oops. In the meantime, the barangay trying to whip up the troops and the tribe, and it's time for San Miguel Beer to utilize a timeout. Their 13 or 15-point lead has been sliced down to 10. And talk about seating capacity with that particular shot.
Hindi pa naman masyadong sardinas yan.
Okay pa yan. 16,000 strong. And including Erlinda Bagtaso, Mahogany Villas, Koyo Paco, one of our producers, is welcoming her back from Vietnam and enjoying the PBA games. San Miguel calling that last time out, and what gives off this rebound?
A push there by Washington. And David Noel made sure that the referees would catch that. With a nice acting job falling down. They're still talking. Second personal foul now on Jay Washington.
Salesmanship is a hallmark of the 21st century. There's so many options available, and look at them. There's still a discussion going on.
Just some trash talking, pero hindi naman masyado naging grabe. No warnings were given to both players.
And play continues. 10-point lead by the Bearmen. They practically controlled the mood of this ball game.
Well, from the second quarter onwards.
Lanietes crossover. There's a kick. And the referee says this will not go anywhere. Chotang Kinsen begging for anything. Oh, samantala, what a shot by Jonas Villanueva. Lusot ito. Kasing sarap ng Wada Tempura from Tokyo. Noel, up and fouled.
Noel is a good player because he's playing to Jay Washington right now. He knows that Jay is a challenge, so Jay came out to help and pick up his third personal foul in that play. That will now be the 14th foul called against San Miguel. He never has 3 in this quarter.
Noel taking care of that first one, trickling in nicely. Lead has been cut down to 9, 4:13 to go. Malakas yung palo and Washington clears. Villanueva. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Peña will not launch from there. Here comes Villanueva. Wilson switching over. Drop inside. The quick release by Villanueva. It bonks out. San Miguel looking for the best possible option. Wilson goes up. It is swatted away and it's traveling.
I think that was a good call. They just have to be consistent with that because there have been a lot of traveling violations in this ball game that have been lost. I think Willie Wilson had no place to go when he faked. Nobody went up with him. You know, the defender stayed down, so he really had no good shot coming up for himself.
And all these dance steps got mixed up in the process. As Jonas fires from 15, can't knock it down. Ball is batted outside. It'll go to Ginebra San Miguel.
Good positioning play there by Eric Menk against a good rebounder in the person of Dorian Peña. Quality of the game really improved, especially defense.
They're going eyeball to eyeball here.
Yeah.
3:19 to go. Launch. Connection! Yes, it's a 3. And the Barangay faithful beginning to whip it up. There's a 30-second timeout being requested by San Miguel Beer. Our lead is down to 6.
Obviously because of the good offensive game of Noel here. And I think Ginebra, after the second timeout of John Gichico, came in with a very good the players have responded with good defense. Boss Landing Coanco, of course, there. Nanonood ng laro dito. Boss Henry, nandiyan rin.
And we check out the power rebound by Freeman, something we've seen very often in the course of the tournament. Power rate break up, power up. You know, timeouts, you have to use them as you see fit, Dr. J.
Yeah, I mean, anyway, you cannot take them home.
I don't think so. What do you use?
Hindi, katulad nito, pag natalo sa San Miguel, wala namang game 7. So, but at the same time, they want to make sure they have timeouts in the end game. Kasi pag mamaya, wala ka magamit na kailangan mo, malaking problema yun.
The basketball schedule for Thursday and Friday, dependent here on this game. 2:50 to go, 6 on the shot clock.
Holding foul there called against Pacana. Holding out to the pants.
He got caught on the switch there, and Pacana ends up with his first personal. By the way, Cortez is back in the ballgame together with Danny I.
Some more offensive firepower for San Miguel.
Burn sees the official vitamins of the PBA. Proud sponsor of the final series of the 2009 Mud Light PBA FIESTA Cup. And
a push there on Peña, I think, on the rebound play. He pushed before he tried to go for the rebound play.
And that's the 15th foul on San Miguel. Ginebra has 4. 2:39 remaining. Boy, both coaching staffs are coaching really hard here.
Oh, yeah.
Really hard. Chico baby can't go anywhere.
And Washington picks up another foul. That's going to be number 4 on him. They are in the penalty, so Willie Wilson will go to the free throw line.
You know, basketball has been said to be a game of momentum, but it's also a game of the half inches. Larry Bird is the master of those little things, the nuances of the game, which you point out to us every so often, Dr. J.
Well, Larry is not athletic compared to all the players that he played against, so he really had to use a lot of his intelligence. I think that's also an advantage that David Noel has here. He's pretty intelligent import. Right now, he's using that to his advantage. No? A missed free throw there by Willie, who usually is a very good free throw shooter. The last time he missed those two, after that flagrant foul called against Don Ontiveros in Game 5. But after that, he did make free throws in the end game to preserve their victory.
65% free throw shooter.
San Miguel's throwing their weight around here. I saw Washington knock down Wilson, and then another offensive foul called against Peña, knocking down somebody, you know.
And that's the fourth foul on Peña.
So you can see Wilson is still holding there because Washington came down very quickly, knocked him down. You're going to see this. Washington coming in there at the back. He comes in, and then this was another play already. Earlier, you could see Wilson knocked down, and then the illegal pick called against Peña.
61-56. Here's Noel. Ildefonso. Oh, give him the other side. The open shot by Meg. And a +1 situation.
That's what I call about Noel. You know, he had the shot, but he saw a guy underneath the basket who's a scorer, the possibility of a higher percentage shot, and in this case, turning out to be a three-point play possibility.
This is what he just did so well, as you pointed out. When we don't replay in slow motion, it gets eerier when you hear the crowd yelling 3 times. But adds to the excitement of this game. Meng. It's a 2-point game. It was also in the third quarter the other day when it was San Miguel trying to give chase, but they couldn't pull across. Cortez.
A foul called against maybe Pacana. And that will mean free throw shots here for Mike Cortez.
You know, I got my summer case mixed up, but I'll get to that in a short while. It's now for the time for that play, the KFC delivery assistant quarter who delivers the KFC just now, 887-8888. KFC finger looking good. You know, I erroneously called Cortez Captain Hook. That was for Cardona, actually.
Yeah.
But it was also Miko Halili who dubbed this guy Quick Cap.
Macback doesn't mind.
Nah.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah, okay. Mr. Gus, the Honorable Vice Mayor Parañaque, Gus Tambunting, enjoying the action. Danny I goes up with nothing. The volleyball. David Noel had a good smile, and he knew he lost it.
San Miguel with a 3-point lead. Possession of the ball.
And a foul, but I think that shocked him. Cheska, join us, please.
Mike Cortez may be experiencing a bit of deja vu right now. He's just wearing a different jersey. Last time he was in the finals was in 2006 when he was still with Alaska. And there are a few things that are happening that happened back then as well. He just came back from an injury. They were also down 3-2, and they still found a way to win Game 6 and 7. So Mike Cortez has a very good feeling about this game. And if you may notice, Mike's got a little bump on his head right now. It happens sometimes during the game. He has no idea who did it, but it looks like he's okay. Andy and Sev?
Sometimes you really don't know.
Bigla na lang. Oops.
Aray. Ano nga ba yun? 64-59 affair. Down to 138. Here's Mike. Climbs, crawls, scores!
Mike really taking advantage of the defense of Washington at the post. Plus the fact that Jay Washington has 4 personal fouls.
Danny, his version, a little too strong, Noel climbing for it. Picked up by Cortez, trying to control the shuttle, interrupted by Alcaraz. Rosales says we've got time in our shot clock. Chance for him to execute this play, which he signaled. Cortez, backstep, just out. Rebound contested. Loose ball foul underneath. And Noel with his second personal foul, but that is going to be in a penalty situation that Ginebra will find itself in. Bit of the fatigue stepping in. Mr. Henry Cuanco, of course, is there. I've never seen Art de la Cruz so animated in his coaching.
Assistant Coach Art de la Cruz.
Yes. He was over the half mark, actually.
So, syempre, gustong-gusto mo mag-champion. Defending champion sila. They're going up against a team that has been seeded #1 from day one in this tournament. So, big feather to your cap if you can pull one off against them.
Of course, this is the team that finished in first place after the classification phase.
Pulling away.
And they didn't have Freeman in their first game.
Yeah.
JJ! Follow-up does not work, and here comes Freeman. 4-point affair, 39 seconds to go in an action-packed third period. Here's Cortez. Shotakinsen. Just look at him. Look at him, coach. In the same way that he played, actually.
A lot of intensity there. And the penalty situation is really hurting Ginebra because San Miguel's really gone to the line a lot in this game.
I don't think any coach applauds as hard as Shotakinsen.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
I think, first of all, it really makes your players see the kind of intensity you want, and they themselves are very happy that you are doing it. At the same time, they're motivated properly. Ginebra has gotten 14 free throws given to them. San Miguel has 20 in this ball game so far.
A bit of the fatigue affecting the free throws, huh?
Well, Cortez really didn't play a lot of minutes in this game compared to last time out. So nauna pa nga si Rosella off the bench in here in the third quarter. So he should be fresh, really.
Oh, but I begin to sense an explosion is impending in the fourth quarter.
From some team, no?
Yeah, one team, we've seen this, Dr. J. Mike lost his footing. Started off on the wrong foot.
Well, Helterbrand got himself into trouble. He went to the left side, so nobody opened, and then came back and tried to make a pass to the right. So he really was the one that had a problem. 5.9 seconds left. No fouls on the part of Ginebra because they are in the penalty. And Ginebra using a better defender against Ontiveros because they are worried that this guy can explode a bomb here with that not much time left on the clock.
Which could spill over into the final push as Cortez trying to control the basketball. Finally, they get it over to David. Yes, Cortez keeps it alive!
Yeah, great timing.
Well, check it, of course.
I think that's going to count.
Yes. Yung play kanina, between Helterbrand at saka si Meng, they did not have eye contact actually. In the meantime, as Ildefonso is blocked here, it's Cortez who keeps it in play. Lots of time there. Foul count. So the drama continues as San Miguel has a 7-point lead at the start of the fourth. Keep in mind, they have not lost back-to-back in the conference. But Ginebra San Miguel does not want to schedule basketball on Thursday. Questions, questions, questions. Let's see. Fourth quarter of game number 6. Glad you're with all of us here, including the 16,000 fans taking a breather here, just catching their breath as we take a look at Caloocan Mayor Commitivity and here enjoying the action. Dr. J, I always ask you this at the start of fourth quarters or games you do. What's going to give here?
Well, obviously, right now, both teams are very much in the ball game. San Miguel is concentrated on this ball game to try to bring it to another level. And there's going to be a foul there called against Menk. So Daniel Alfonso will go to the free throw line and the fourth personal foul now on Menk. I think importante rin dito is just I think it's still going to be a long way to go before we can decide the winner of this game. Mark Agiwa asked me before the start of the third, who do you think is going to win? I didn't want to say who I thought was going to win, but I still think it's going to be a close match. He just laughed, you know. Obviously, he's cheering for his team.
Of course. And let's send it to Magumarjon, and he has a quick update.
So before the fourth quarter started, Coach Jungwoo Chico just pointed out to his boys, 7 points, 12 minutes. Well, 8 points now with that first free throw. This is going to be very easy. You guys just got to play smarter on defense. Watch out for the pick and roll and take them off the offensive glass. On offense, push the ball. Sev?
A little of everything. Magoo, and 70-61 is the count. This is in the air. It's in the hands of Freeman, however. San Miguel has made some crucial stops and big baskets as well. And this one by Cortez.
That's a big basket. That three-point shot coming off a turnover. And all of a sudden, it's a 12-point lead.
Biggest lead of San Miguel was at 15. First time I see Hector Calma stand up from his seat and really applaud. He's the team manager, I think, now of San Miguel.
Yeah, he is.
There's an attempted reply on the other end. This guard line has really hurt and has not really scored. However, Chico Laniete hoping to make up for that as he goes all the way. Chico, baby, takes care of business.
No resistance on the part of Washington. He's not going to give up his fifth foul on a driving Chico Laniete in open court. No? Big steal there, actually. Keep the game within reach at 10 points right now.
You know, Laniete's energy, you don't even have to plug him in. He's natural. Hindi nalolobat yan. Even when he was in the amateurs. Here's a dance by Danny I. It will bounce in.
Great move there by Danny Delfonso. Really taking Eric's school to make with a face-up move towards the basket. Another 30-second timeout or timeout being called here by Jungwoo Chico. It's a 30-second timeout.
Yes, it is. He doesn't want anything to get out of hand. Keep the game reachable. Keep his team close by. But this has been a familiar refrain. As we mentioned, that Gatorade is the official sports drink of the PBA. Is it in you? This 11-point lead, 12-point lead has danced, flirted in and out of this ball game. And don't forget that Currency is the official vitamins of the PBA, proud sponsor of the final series of the 2009 Life PBA Fiesta Conference. People who need people are the luckiest people in the world, huh?
Barbara Streisand kaya ito.
Minsan, alala natin. And, she, I think, has the best version, original.
Still makes a lot of money at her age.
I am going to probably be wrong, but I think it's from Funny Girl. I think. I'll double check later on tonight.
Nagkaroon ka pa ng problema.
Alam mo naman yung fans, he was wrong. Bilis na mga yan eh. Lalo na in this internet age, ano? In the meantime, back to the ballgame. Laniete looking inside. Wilson providing the shield. Laniete zips it over to Noel. Noel lets it fly. It's a bit short. It is short, not just a bit. A 4-on-2. A 4-on-2.
San Miguel just playing good defense and capitalizing on that defense.
The big Danny I with 14. Laniete gone. Will they count it?
They call the foul on Rafi Ribas. Illegal screen and then just getting Gabe Freeman out of the way there for the easy layup.
Jungwoo Chico with a nice piece of coaching. Told his players, sign language, forget it, let's move on.
Yeah, you cannot linger in the past here right now. There is time. Only thing is the other team is playing so much better and they're playing with a lot of intensity. And they are getting the calls, definitely.
Freeman's dribble momentarily interrupted by Rivas. Freeman trying to go into the end, trying to beg for a foul, none given. Chico Laniete keeps his dribble, he's controlled. Kubik goes up.
I like there is a foul there. That's why Jungwoo Chico is after the referee. There's obviously a foul that the referee didn't want to call. That's why San Miguel cannot get into the penalty. But of course, they say, we let go. You got to lay up anyway.
Danny trying to back up against Noel. Will go up. Miss it, and Noel will end up with the foul.
And that's the fourth personal foul now of Noel. You know, he picked up a lot of fouls here in the second half, having some problems defending the post.
And that is the second team foul of Barangay Ginebra. 77-65. Everybody's schedule dependent on the remaining 9:01.
Well, right now, San Miguel wants to make sure sana may biyernes pa. I understand the national team is leaving tomorrow. Sila Coach Giaw at saka yung mga iba. Pero ang problema dyan, baka yung iba maiwan. Dito pati si Assistant Coach Gia Panilla.
Pala, no, ha?
Kita kami ni G kanina. So take a look at this assist.
This was that beautiful bust out, and it's a KFC delivery assist of the quarter. Pa-deliver sa KFC. Just 887, 8888 KFC. Figure looking good. And of course, Winnie Arboleda is already part of that team now.
Well, wala kasi silang point guard, you know. After maraming injury, Ryan Reyes is injured. Helterbrand is injured. Even if Helterbrand finishes the series, probably cannot follow. So, really, he's a good point guard. Big one, too. Can shoot, he can defend, he can pass.
Yes. In the meantime, Tubid with a suicidal drive to the basket. And the Browns will try to lob it inside to Washington. The play is botched as it is tapped by Noah. Tubid, like there's no tomorrow, even if his arms fall apart.
Well, he and Hontiveros have a lot of confrontation now. Pero nothing na talagang naman don't just make sure I fouled you and before you can take off.
I know how musical you are also, Dr. J. When this song, what applies, I guess, is anything you can do, I can do better. You say tomato, and I say tomato, whatever. Jab step, Noel. Danny I. Ito hindi nawala kay Danny. Foul, we agree or not, tataas niya yung kamay niya.
So nga, pambira yung nangyari kay Danny nung game number 2. Generally, Danny is a very nice guy who loves fun.
Yes.
Noel not getting his 3-point shots to fall here in this game, and that's hurting the Ginebra's cause. Trying to finish off, and this is a nice shot here. Oh, but not enough rotation there on the 3-point attempt by Jay Washington.
Feeling ni Jay Wash, papasok na no? Sometimes the shooters, they know it. Pagkita mo na ganun, parang pat na maganda yan
Three team fouls now called against San Miguel. You know why Jong is really asking for those kind of fouls to be called, even though it's cheap fouls? Because, you know, if you get the other team into penalty early, you got a good chance of coming back. You stop the clock every time they lose ball defensive fouls. You get free throws, so you get the chance to score with the clock stopped.
And it's not happening. Here's Tubit trying to gallop inside, find some space, no dice, and this is probably a series where there will be so many loose ball fouls called. Not that I'm complaining, it's just the intensity of the affair or the series that has caused that.
Maganda talaga dinidepensa rito ng San Miguel.
Yes, no question.
They're reading the offensive game, and Tubid has to be taken out with 4 personal fouls. Helterbrand coming back into the game.
Currency is the official vitamins of the PBA, proud sponsor of the final series of the 2009 Mud Light PBA FIESTA Cup. Here's Freeman, high off the glass, follows it up, does not work. And Noah plucks that rebound, time down to 7:20. Helterbrand applying the brakes. Bacana goes downstairs. Wilson looking for a cutter. The late trail by Rivas, but he could not handle.
And that's a dunk there, actually. Ang ganda ng pagka-decision na ni Wilson. That's a dunk, you know. You just have to catch the ball and dunk it for a guy like Rivas. But Ginebra's game is really off.
Let me see Rivas. Depende sa pass. Now, you can dissect this better than I do, Dr. J. He's always had very soft hands. Get after Rivas. We'll talk more about Rivas and the rest of this ballgame when we return with 7:12 left. Back here at the big zone, Freeman gets a good feed.
I don't know what Noel was trying to do there. Gambling with 4 personal fouls, chasing Rosella all the way out there, and leaving Freeman all alone. Or Richie in foul there. It may be on Washington. That'll be number 5 on him, I think.
Now on number 23, Jay Washington.
He wasn't going to give Noel anything. He hasn't given Noel any layups without challenging him.
And Noel has gone 4 of 13 in this game.
Far cry from his performance the other night. No, scoring-wise, no, the game obviously is still there. Just the scoring hasn't been that effective.
Dr. J, those imports who come from programs wherein the emphasis is on teamwork, like the North Carolina Tar Heels, and they suddenly become imports here. Is that a major adjustment on their part?
Oh, yeah. For example, like you're from Duke. How many Duke players are good in the NBA?
Okay.
You tell me. Even although Grant Hill, maybe, pero he had these injuries. How many of those guys were stars in their collegiate program and are stars in the NBA? Different game, different way that they're coached, different way they're trained. And the NBA is a different game. And the PBA is a different game too.
Good point. But the import is asked to do many things.
No, the important thing there for an import is to be smart. Then you can make a lot of adjustments.
Almost had it. Follow-up blocked, and Menk will be charged with this one.
And that's the 5th personal foul also of Menk. But he's on Pakana, not on Menk.
Oh. So Pakana will end up with his 3rd, and Menk will stay at 4 fouls.
2 shots for Danny Ogunwanso.
Both sides have 14 fouls. It's still 6:26 to go.
I'm really surprised that Cyrus has not been used in this game. Because I know the caliber of a guy like Cyrus. He can hurt you, he can also make you big. But he is a guy who can really make a big comeback because he's a scorer.
Because
he can create a lot of chaos in the defense. It's San Miguel's defense that's holding Ginebra down. How many points does Ginebra have? 69. Almost halfway through the 4th quarter, they have 69 points. You need somebody to really give you a big explosion.
Just to add to a short footnote to that, they need somebody to boost their energy, actually. Oh, look at that move. You get the feeling that Jung Chico is trying to match up Big Wise and trying to offset that advantage San Miguel has off the boards. In the meantime, Rara is trying to yell out and voice operate his team. Jonas Villanueva pops out. This is an interesting move with 2 point guards on the floor. In the meantime, Danny tries to check back, 6 on the shot. That's traveling. Clock ticking down to 5:51. San Miguel hoping to stretch it to a 7th game come Friday.
Unless Ginebra comes up with a big spurt and a lot of defensive stops. That's the way we're going right now.
Algebra gets it against the glass.
He beat Rosella into that play. He made a stop on a dime there using the glass.
JJ with 8. Shotang Vincent jumping up and down, trying to signal his team's play. Corner court flip goes out for Daniel Defonso. Rosella has a chance to recycle, reuse. Good cut.
Great pass there by Danny Defonso.
And that starts with good eye contact and an awareness of where your teammate's going to go.
That's right.
No guessing on each other's part. Downstairs we go. Pakana may get a +1.
Look at the smartness of Noel. He pretends that he's going to drive hard, but he's also looking at the floor. Because he's face up, he can see all the movement of his teammates.
Good observation, Dr. J. Ever since he started playing with this team, he just likes to pass off to his teammates. It's called trust. In the meantime, Pinisi's back in. Rosella is going back to the bench together with, is that Daddy I? Yes? No? Yes, it is. Pakana. And it's a 9-point game with 4:54 remaining.
But these next 2 minutes are the last stand of Ginebra to get this, to try to win this game.
Or else those balloons will stay there. At least to the night.
Maybe you'll add some more.
Different colors. Jonas.
Whoa! And he can get the 3-point shot back, 3-point play back very quickly.
These are the kinds of plays that you'll see probably in the primer for game number 7. Regardless of the outcome of this game, it's just a magical shot. Just a heady ball player. And you were right, he ices the three-point play, and Ginebra will utilize a time after 30. We'll try to hang on to the air. Gives us a chance to stop the music, because I think it's is it? Okay, we'll check out the Gatorade halfway point of this ball game, and look at that, an excellent feed. Dr. J called it right. It was a great pass. And that's our Gatorade halfway point of the quarter. And the lovely countenance of Isabel Oli, kahit na hindi fully frontal. And Director Rafi Romano weaving his magic. Of course, the familiar face of Valerie Concepcion. Nakikisayaw din ako ng wawawi sa umaga. Kaibigan natin si Willie. Basketball, kababata ko si Willie.
Ganun ba?
Oo. Umakit kami ng bubong niya.
Kag-golf ko yan.
The funny guy even when he plays golf, di ba?
Really is a nice guy.
Oh, fun-loving.
People may think about, oh, nice steal here, and goodbye. Goodbye! You know, Jong must really be frustrated. You know, he calls timeouts.
Oh, yeah.
And every time out, inaagaw ni Freeman yung bola, 2 beses na nangyayari yan, parehong dunk ang nangyayari. No? So that can really be frustrating.
Meng tries to bring it in closer, ends up with a foul. And Mick Benisi has probably the most delightful, at least from our point of view as an audience, emotions when he's called for a foul. You can actually do a feature in him, just feel. If you edit together what Benisi does after every foul, he'll have a feature.
You should get Pinisi during practice. What he does.
Riot ba?
He's just a fun-loving guy, very humorous.
Just once with your team, of course. Enjoy the PBA finals of the new KFC Crushers. Indulgent icy beverage with real bits. You'll love that if you get to do that. And KFC mini bucket of fries. Why do women just know how to pose for photographs and just know what to do when the camera's there, huh?
That's why they're women.
They just know what to do tayo. Naharap sa kaliwa, sa kanan. They just know what to do. They have the natural charm. 4 minutes to go.
Descendants of Evian, partner.
Okay. Here you go with your love of literature and music. That is batted away. Last touch by Ginebra.
Shot clock at 4 seconds.
Pidong Harencio, an assistant for Shot Tankinsen, trying to reach to the scorer's table to call this timeout. Is it a 30? It is a full timeout. Back with us here. Seb Samantha and Dr. J. Chescalitan and Maglu Marjan. Pacana stretches, is fouled off the layup.
As you can see, two San Miguel players quickly helping him up. That's Freeman and Mark Pingris.
Pushing down on number 16, Mark Pingris. His 4th foul.
Pingris picking up his 4th foul. Will also be the 5th team foul already against. Both teams are in the penalty at this stage.
You know, San Miguel has managed to keep away any uprising. They've poured water on any uprising that Barangay Ginebra has tried to ignite here. Ana has tried, everybody else has tried that.
Well, the problem really for Ginebra in this ball game is their scoring from their guards. They didn't get the usual scoring that they had. Obviously, very little three-point shooting today. And that made it easier for San Miguel to defend. But you have to give it to the Billmen. They adjusted and they figured out who they... Oh, Nick shouldn't be dribbling that far away from the basket. Well, that's immaterial because they're in the penalty. Tubit was hoping he should go to the free. He is going to go to the free throw line because of the penalty situation.
Penalty. That is the 3rd foul on
It is 11, 3:37 to go.
2 shots for Robert Tubit.
16,039 strong.
Well, if this goes to next Game 7, baka 17, 18,000 na. Medyo Santinas na yan konti.
No time for Elementa Coliseum to expand a little more.
Parang tagal na ni-expand ito.
Oh, but you know what the beautiful thing they've done with the surroundings, huh? With the mall and everything.
Yeah,
Wow,
definitely. Well, you have to adjust with the times.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Yung mga kalaban mo, lahat.
Totoo yan.
If you maiwan ka, wala kang customer, partner.
Can you imagine the bad scramble for places like KFC after this game?
Oh, yeah.
All of them will make good business after this game.
Definitely. Kaya nga gusto nga nila, meron pa isang game.
Oh, yes.
But he never wants to be able to do something about it. May oras pa naman eh. A nice drive.
It's just that San Miguel has been able to find those holes. 9 points with Villanueva. San Miguel is a team of tradition.
Yeah.
And, you know, the tradition of not having lost back-to-back may just hold tonight.
So it's almost like the Federer championship with Roddick. No? Both of them were not beating the other serves in the last set. Who you go to? You go with the better team, better guy, Federer in the end. Way off the mark then.
And we're down to 246. And basketball will be in the schedule, most likely.
Well, I don't like to say that because there's still a lot of time. You have free throws coming up. That's just a 12-point lead.
With a 3-point shot,
It just has to show if Ginebra still has the heart to play a tough defense, hope to be able to create some interceptions.
2 shots for Chris Bacana.
Bacana's first rattles out. Cortez is back in. 2 minutes and 38 remaining. J.J. Helterbrand with the towel. It's just a hard injury to recover from. That injury in the hamstring muscle just needs rest more than anything else.
And you got to give it to San Miguel if they can pull this one off. But they just show that they're a tough team. They're a good team.
John Yuchik is up from his seat. I knew he would be. Because he felt that Cortez did not call the timeout in time.
He was about to lose the ball into the backcourt.
And Lord loses footing, and officially it's a 30-second timeout. Cortez with the presence of mind to be able to call that timeout.
Mike is too much of a veteran not to be able to, think of that situation. Then you have a lot of kids here. It's Wednesday night, July 15, 2009.
I like the way you earmarked that for history. 16,039.
2:22 left. Tignan mo naman yung numero. How they love to play 12-point lead. Buti hindi 22-point lead. Wala nang tao rito. 8 seconds left on the shot clock for San Miguel to complete the play.
So nangyari yun, tayo na lang yun.
It's okay. I don't mind. There's a foul again. Useless foul on the part of Pacana. During the penalty, shot clock was down, and you give up a foul like that, you send somebody to the free throw line.
Tapos pag announce ang last 2 minutes, magsisigawan ng mga tao, especially the San Miguel fans. Although some of the fans already make their early beeline for the exits. The crowd is a joy to listen to when they roar, but also a joy when they murmur. And imagine these simultaneous conversations going on. 2 and 15 remaining. Tubid. Oh, got it to go.
Ronald Tubid's making sure that if there's a game 7, he's going to be 100% prepared.
Yes.
There's outside games there that his penetration is there.
For Jay Washington.
Jay Washington hops out, and Villanueva's back in.
For On his free throw for Ronald Dubin.
Tubid with the +1 situation. This is an energizer pair, you know. Lañete and Tubid. They couldn't get their batteries going in the course of the game, really. Let's see. There's time for one final push. 94-84. Cortez and company still in the backcourt. Danny gets it across. Brought to us by Motolife Pang Matagalan. 2 on the shot clock.
I used to have a saying, when you're good, you're good. That beat the shot clock and a 3-point shot.
Wilson is clipped on the way to the basket.
San Miguel still giving them no layups until the very end, fighting for every basket.
And not just beelines to the exit now, but swarms.
Ganda nun, ha? B, tsaka swarm. Okay yun, ha?
Takot ako dyan, eh. Tumatakbo ako dyan.
Dapat naman matakot ka dyan.
Talaga, pag umiikot na gano'n, matakbo talaga ako. Mali pala yun. Gusto niya humahabol ng gano'n.
You know, tonight, Ginebra looked like a tired team.
Good point.
Even their import looked like a tired team. He started like a house on fire in the first 3 minutes and then disappeared into the maze. You know?
Oh, yes.
And it's San Miguel who showed a lot more determination to win the game. Baguio has been put into the game, but this is the first time he has played here in the second half. Of course, Baguio's defense is suspect, no? But like I said, when you're down by 12, you certainly need somebody to perk you up. No? So San Miguel will take game number 6.
And the trend continues of each team alternating with victories. And again, I guess, as we did in the semifinals, the team that finally scores a back-to-back, and it will happen on Friday, gets to move on.
Well, Ginebra doesn't have to score a back-to-back. They just have to win, no?
Yun nga pala, to qualify natin. The beer man will use a timeout. We shall resume after this. We've got the music of the 70s and the 80s as the theme for tonight.
Buttercup.
Yeah. Up, look at them.
Yeah, mga fans na San Miguel yan.
I don't have...
Puro dancer.
Yeah, I don't... and suddenly lunchtime appears at around...
Puro dancer.
Yep, at 9:45 in the evening.
Ano ito? Variety show?
Kuminsan.
Hindi naman.
Huwag lang pakakantayin yung ilan dito.
Only 2 seconds on the shot clock. Good play there for Dorian Peña. Cyrus Baguio giving up that foul, and that could add on to the lead of San Miguel. They played good defense today. Look at Ginebra, only 84 points at this stage, averaging close to 100 for the series.
I guess the objective of trying not to practice on Thursday will not happen.
At this stage, both of these teams are tired. Even when you go to practice, you don't really do much. You talk a lot. You look at the tape, you talk a lot. You know, I've had the experience of this. You talk a lot, and then if you want to defend against somebody special, then you have something special. Then you talk about
it's more
that.
of a walkthrough.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to run after you. You need legs for game number 7.
Where everything will have to be almost on automatic on that day. Huh?
You're not going to really practice there parang full court, scrimmaging. There's no such thing anymore.
No more drills, I guess.
Well, shooting drills probably will be there, and the free throw shots for those people that were missing.
So, with 6 seconds on the offensive set here, and 42 seconds remaining, that much time before San Miguel wraps up game number 6 and forces that 7th game. The sense of urgency was more on the side, of course,
of San Miguel, siempre. Ginebra, I think they were so happy about what happened the other game. They played so well. I think, I told you before the start, Lanete is not going to score the same points that he had the other game. San Miguel was not going to give him that. Now, maybe next game, a different story.
And that'll do it for this one. Game 6. belongs to San Miguel in the series. This finals is tied. We will go one more time around the block.
Yeah, well, that's the way it is. Like I said, this is not by design. This going to Game 7 is by accident. San Miguel is happy now. We don't know who's going to have the last smile, the last laugh in the last game. I always said he who laughs last laughs best, no partners.
And Danny I marking that milestone, and we're all squared even, Steven. And Cheska Litton and Daniel Defonso will be talking in a short while as we check out the Motorlight leading scorers. Final score, 98-84. So much more left to wrap this up in a short while.
All right, Game 6 is over, and the San Miguel Beermen have been able to force a Game 7, 98-84 over the Gin Kings. Right now, I'm with the best player of the game, Danny Ildefonso. Danny, kanina, bago nagsimula yung game, sinabi mo na nafe-feel mo na sa inyo yung conference na to. Ngayon na nakuha nyo na yung Game 6, may Game 7 na kayo. Now, more than ever, nafe-feel mo ba na sa inyo na talaga yung conference na to?
Hindi, hindi na, yung sinabi mo na napipil, parang ginawa talaga ni God na maging Game 7 tong series na to para maging excitement yung game at saka sa mga fans, madami mapapanood. Siguro momentum namin na sa Game 7, so gawin lang namin kung ano yung dapat na makakaya namin. Una-una sa defense, tulong kami sa defense at saka huwag lang kami magpa-apekto sa crowd. So mas maganda yung chance namin.
And then, syempre, si Sofia nasa hospital ngayon, nanonood. Ano yung masasabi mo sa kanya? Kasi kanina sinabi mo rin na para sa kanya yung game na to.
Sofia, yung anak ko, nasa Cardinal Santos. I love you, anak. Alam ko na nanonood ka ngayon. Si Sofia, tsaka yung dalawang lalaki ko, si Sean, si Dave, at tsaka yung twins ko, si Sam, tsaka si Sim. Ay sa inyo at saka lahat po ng mga San Miguel fans, maraming salamat po sa pagsuporta nyo sa amin at di po kayo nagsasawa na sana po yung mga lahat po ng mga San Miguel fans, lumabas na po kayo at pumunta kayo dito sa Friday para suportahan yung team nyo at kung hindi man po kayo makapunta, manood po kayo sa TV at pag-pray nyo po kami at magandang laban po sa Game 7 at saka sa lahat po ng mga Ilocano at saka yung mga nakapanood ko yung pagkakamali ko po, humingi po akong dispensa sa inyo. At syempre po, di ko po alam yung ginawa ko, tao lang po. Pasensya na po talaga kayo. Naibag na review kadayo amin, taga-Ordaneta, lalo di Kabuluan, di Malasin, mga biyanan ko, at saka yung mga nag-aalaga ng mga manok namin. Si Jodel, si Along, si Carlo, Mang Boyet, Tatay Juanito, lahat po ng mga galingan nyo mag-alaga ng manok. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Danny. There you have it, Danny Ildefonso, best player of the game, and we will be right back for more PBA here on CS9.